We're checking out the cameras of the VIVO X60 today, and we're trying to see if that new Zeiss partnership made a difference. Good day, you beautiful people! Welcome to LAZADA's Tech, where we do tech in your life in style. We're looking at the VIVO X60, which is the baby of the X60 series. What that means, that same Zeiss partnership in the most affordable device of the line. But let's just backtrack here. Who is size? What is size? And I know you've heard this, but I have to say it. Does size matter? So yes, Zeiss is one of the premier imaging companies. They make optics and lenses and stuff, some of which can be found on a number of great cameras.
And also not cameras.
So now you know why people are hyped about this partnership. And with the new VIVO Zeiss Imaging Lab, the two brands hope to further improve smartphone cameras. This co-engineered imaging system between two giants is honestly very exciting to me. I feel like this will push the boundaries of smartphone cameras further. I mean, look just how far we've come in terms of phone cameras, and imagine that going further. In my unboxing/camera tour, I showed you a couple photos and they looked good. But let's dig a little deeper by testing out the cameras and camera features of this phone. For context, this thing has 3 cameras on the back, a 48 megapixel main, a 13 megapixel wide, and a 13 megapixel telemacro. So first off, I like the fact that the secondary cameras are both 13 megapixel cameras. That means that they're capable enough cameras, and it doesn't really feel like they put another camera for the sake of putting another camera on there, you get? And yes, looking back, you do see very specifically that Zeiss branding on the camera module. Unlike the X60 Pro and the X60 Pro Plus, however, this main camera does not have a gimbal. It does, however, have EIS and OIS, but more on that later when we talk about this phone's video capabilities. Up front, it also has a 32 megapixel selfie cam and a middle punch hole, just like VIVO, not to scrimp on megapixels when it comes to their selfies. Right, let's start with the shots.
So these cameras can do wide 1x, 2x, up until 20x, and images on 20x are surprisingly clear considering they're 20x. For some reason, you get clearer images on 20x when you zoom into a farther away thing. For example, this flower and these leaves, both 20x, but the leaves are clearer because they're further. Another quick example, this is wide 1x, 2x, and then 20x. You could barely make anything that's a cacti flower, and then this is a shot of that cactus behind the flower. Photos from the main camera impressed. I love the natural blur, colors are bright, details are there. Captures exactly how cute my dogs are. That wide can give you great photos in good lighting situations, although of course when the light gets weird you sort of see it struggle a little bit. Nevertheless, still good photos. This phone also boasts new features on the portrait mode, and I tried out the Zeiss filter. There's also that cute portrait mode features that gives you little shapes in your background, and it's pretty cute. Plus, I have to say that this is way easier to use than other phones that have this feature that I've tried, which needed usually perfect lighting situations to get the shapes to show up. Like any portrait mode, it's not perfect, and yeah, talk about capturing the imperfection on the one photo that I actually post hard for. But yeah, most of the time you get a good bokeh, and there is a 2x option that looks super good. Like even if you accidentally screw it up, 2x looks good on this mode. And yes, you can adjust these bokeh settings before and after taking that shot. More on these details in my camera tour. I'll link it up here and down below. To answer the burning questions, the portrait mode does semi-work on dogs. On the upper right, you can toggle macro mode on and off, and you can also put it in automatic, in which case it'll automatically switch to the macro mode when it sort of detects that you are zoomed into an object. a 32 megapixel selfie punch hole, and we're moving on to my favorite part of this video because of all the different selfie modes that this phone has. There are makeup modes, and you can add this on for days where you feel lazy wearing your makeup, or even when you just want to level up the makeup you already have. It looks so good and natural. I've used this so many times, and look at this, it even has eyelashes. Remote selfie options include palm shutter or voice, which means you can do this,
Cheese!
or this.
Show! Camera! Go! Smile! Shooting with the front-facing camera of the VIVO X60 now, so you are seeing and hearing what the cameras can do. We're shooting at 1080p 30 fps right now. Now, I love me a good beauty mode, especially if it's available on video, and this is me without any beauty mode, 1080p 30 fps. And this is me with just a little bit of buffing, so as you can see, that's very minimal. It looks natural. It doesn't even look like I have the beauty mode on, and that is the way to use the beauty mode. There's also a dedicated movie mode on here, so as you can see, it looks a little bit more dramatic and fitted for a cinema format because of the black bars up top and down below. Now, what's pretty interesting about this is that even when I turn this effect on, or even if I put filters, or even if I use the beauty mode, the video doesn't downgrade from 1080p, so it still shoots at 1080p. And that's pretty nice considering a lot of phones downgrade their selfie video when you start to add putting effects on them. Front-facing camera, this is what it looks like when you walk and talk. This is what 1080p 30 fps looks like. 1x, and yes, I am wearing my pajamas even if I'm made up right now, and if you hear humming sound, that's just the AC. I can't deal, it's too hot, you guys. And then we have 2x right now, and you can zoom up until, whoa, that's a lot, 10x. Nice. We're at 1080p 60 fps right now. Unfortunately, there is no option for wide on this. You can do up until 2x and 10x as well. 4K 30 fps right now. We still don't have wide. We have 1x, 2x, and up until 10x. Now 4K 60 fps, and we can do 1x, 2x, up until 10x. Unfortunately, like it said when we switched earlier, this mode does not have OIS or EIS. It's turned off here. And yeah, I'm not gonna be exporting this in 4K or 60 fps, but at least you get to see how the cameras shoot those videos.
There's a slow-mo mode that does 120 or 240 fps, and it looks good in well-lit situations. There's also standard and ultra stabilization, or you can turn it off.
Right now, it's time to shoot some low light shots, but I'm not leaving this house for anything right now, so we'll have to make do. Turn off bedroom lights. on background light. Hey, so here we are, and this is also video in a dimly lit room. This is 1x, 2x. Ooh, the phone almost looks like... Alexa, stop. The phone almost looks like it's pink. That's 10x right there. And then back to 1x. And this is wide. Let's do some sample shots. So my thing said that night mode is better with a tripod, so let's try that. Now we're doing some selfie shots.
For selfies, you can also opt to use a fill light and set that on automatic, so once the phone detects that you need your light, it'll turn on. Also pretty cool and probably perfect for night cityscapes would be this night mode, pano mode. I mean, I'm not leaving this house because I'm on voluntary lockdown, but in the meantime, here is a photo of my room. I know, not as grand as a cityscape, but you get an idea. There's an astro mode on here designed to take photos of the nighttime sky, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed because again, it was really dark when this was taken. Then there's a slow exposure mode for taking photos of traffic, night graffiti, or star trails. Like I said, there are many other modes here and even a super moon mode, except we need a moon to test that out, and there has been no moon the last few nights. And there's even a pro mode that'll let you capture raw photos and use all the different cameras.
And that was our look at the VIVO X60. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you want to see how I use my tech on a daily basis, find me online. That's isadoes_ on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And on TikTok, I post live replies to your questions, so I'll see you there. That's it for today, you guys. See you next time.